Few figures in Slavic folklore loom as large or as terrifying. She is no ordinary witch, no mere crone of fairy tales. She is a shadow that has walked through centuries, a monstrous grandmother of nightmares, dwelling deep within the darkest forests of Russia and Eastern Europe. For generations, parents warned their children, "Do not wander into the woods, for Baba Yaga is waiting." To meet her is to gamble with fate itself. She may grant wisdom, offer fire, even gift magical treasures. But just as easily, she may crush your bones between her iron teeth and scatter your ashes on the forest floor. For centuries, Baba Yaga has been feared as the embodiment of death, chaos, and the wilderness untamed. She is the border between the village and the unknown, between the safety of the hearth and the hunger of the night. Stories of Baba Yaga stretch back centuries, older than written words in the Slavic lands. She was not always a witch in the fairy tale sense. To the ancient people, she was something far more primal, a spirit of the wilderness, the deathly grandmother who dwelled where no human dared tread. In the earliest folklore, she was the personification of winter itself, of hunger, plague, and the endless cycle of life and death. Farmers whispered that when crops failed, or when children disappeared into the snow, Baba Yaga had passed nearby. When Christianity spread across Eastern Europe, the old gods and spirits were pushed into shadow. The goddess of death and rebirth became twisted into a nightmare, a crone with iron teeth and a taste for human flesh. Her body is gaunt, skeletal, like famine itself given form. Her bony leg marks her as half in the grave, a creature with one foot already in the world of the dead. Her iron teeth gnash and gleam, a symbol of the devourer, an unstoppable force that consumes all things. And her nose, long, crooked, grotesque, rattles against her ceiling when she sleeps, reminding us that she is too large, too wrong, to ever fit inside a human home. The ribcage is sunken. Inside, organs wheeze and shift, yet no heartbeat can be heard. Only the grinding of bones and the hiss of breath through decayed lungs. Her hands are claws, nails grown long and yellow, curling like talons. They click when she moves, scratching grooves into wood and stone alike. Most horrifying are her eyes, glowing from within, as though embers burn in the sockets. Some say they are not eyes at all, but the last remnants of the souls she has consumed, trapped within her skull. If one were to write a forbidden anatomical report of Baba Yaga, it might read like this: the subject stands impossibly tall, her spine twisted in angles not meant for human form. Her skin is parchment thin, stretched over jutting bones, pocked with sores that ooze with foul ichor. One leg is reduced entirely to bare skeletal remains, yet it supports her weight as though strengthened by unnatural force. Her teeth are iron, sharpened into points, designed not merely for eating but for rending flesh from bone. The jaw clacks audibly, even at rest, like rusted machinery. Her nose protrudes grotesquely, cartilage warped into a spear of flesh that drags through the air when she bows. The thoracic cavity is sunken, ribs exposed, but within can be heard the unnatural wheeze of organs still functioning, accompanied by the creak of shifting bones. Her hands are long, clawed, nails yellowed and curling inward like talons, stained permanently with soil and blood. Her eyes burn within deep sockets, not with natural fire but with the glow of souls long devoured. The odor surrounding the body is overwhelming, a mixture of damp grave earth, scorched meat, and stagnant rot. It is clear this is no human, but a corpse animated by hunger, a predator born from the grave, and her nose, long, crooked, grotesque, rattles against her ceiling when she sleeps, reminding us that she is too large, too wrong, to ever fit inside a human home. The ribcage is sunken. Inside, organs wheeze and shift, yet no heartbeat can be heard. Only the grinding of bones and the hiss of breath through decayed lungs. Her hands are claws, nails grown long and yellow, curling like talons. They click when she moves, scratching grooves into wood and stone alike. Most horrifying are her eyes, glowing from within, as though embers burn in the sockets. Some say they are not eyes at all, but the last remnants of the souls she has consumed, trapped within her skull. For a Slavic people, she was a presence, a shadow whispered about when the night grew too long, when the wind howled through the pines, when a child went missing. Villagers told one another that if the smoke from a chimney blew crooked, Baba Yaga was near. If the bread in the oven blackened too quickly, Baba Yaga had passed overhead. If a child grew sick without cause, it was because Baba Yaga's shadow had fallen across their bed. She was not only a monster but also a judge. To thieves, liars, and cruel stepmothers, she was punishment incarnate. To the brave or the pure of heart, she was sometimes a twisted form of salvation. Folk healers, the old women of the villages, even claimed descent from her. They carried her wisdom of herbs and roots, of charms and cures. But always, always, they warned, do not call upon her lightly, for her price is always flesh. Now, let me tell you a story, whispered by firelight, when the wind rattles the shutters. There was once a girl named Vasilisa. Her mother had died, but before passing she gave her daughter a doll. Feed it a little bread, tell it your sorrows, and it will help you. Vasilisa's new stepmother hated her. One winter night, she ordered, go into the forest, child. Fetch fire from Baba Yaga. The forest swallowed her. The branches clawed her dress. The owls shrieked. At last she came to the fence of bones, skulls blazing with ghostly fire. And there, the hut on chicken legs pacing and turning. Whispering the charm, Vasilisa called the hut to face her. The door opened, and there stood Baba Yaga. Iron teeth glinting, bone legs scraping, eyes like coals. Fire you may have, hissed the witch, but first you will work for me. Fail, and I will feast upon your bones. She gave Vasilisa impossible tasks. Mountains of seed to sort, black floors to polish, stew to cook from nothing. Each night Vasilisa wept. Each night her doll performed the tasks in silence. Baba Yaga grew suspicious, sniffing the air. You have helpers, unseen. But no matter, you pass. At last, the witch plucked a skull from her fence. Its eyes burned with unholy fire. Take this, your fire. Vasilisa carried it home. The skull's sockets followed her every step, heat burning her skin. When she arrived, her stepmother and stepsisters mocked her. At last, the fire! And the skull's eyes flared. Flames poured forth white-hot, searing flesh to bone. The stepmother and daughters shrieked and burned to ash. Vasilisa alone stood untouched, bathed in ghostly glow. From that day she was free, but the memory of the hut, the smell of rot, the creak of chicken legs haunted her forever. And still, in the deep forests, they say the hut waits. Baba Yaga waits. Her iron teeth grind. Her empty stomach growls, listening for the next lost soul who wanders too far from the firelight.